Hello friends, I am Dr. V.P. Deshpande, Head Department of Physics, Shivaji Arts, Commerce and Science College, Kannada. Now, reflection and refraction at the boundary of two non-conducting media and Fresnel's equation. So first of all, reflection and refraction at the boundary of two non-conducting media. Suppose a plane electromagnetic wave is incident obliquely on the plane boundary. There will be in general both reflected waves and transmitted waves, which is shown here. This is waves is incident, this is plane boundary, and this wave is reflected by this, and this is transmitted wave. We shall now find out the what fraction of incident energy is reflected and what fraction is transmitted. The various aspects of phenomena divide themselves into two categories. One is kinematics properties and another is dynamic properties. Now kinematic properties as laws of reflection, that is theta I is equal to theta r, Snell's law, that is sin I upon sin r is equal to nr upon ni, law of frequency, the incident, reflected and transmitted wave all have the same frequency, and the incident, reflected and transmitted wave all lie in the same plane but normal to the boundary plane. Now dynamic properties. These properties are related with the intensities of reflected and transmitted waves and also on the phase changes and polarization. These properties depends entirely on the specific nature of electromagnetic field and their boundary conditions. Let two non-conducting dielectric media referred to as 1 and 2, characterized by constant mu1 epsilon 1 and mu2 mu1 epsilon 2 and mu2 epsilon 2, and separated by a plane interface z is equal to 0. Let a plane wave with wave vector k1 and frequency omega 1 is incident on medium 1. This wave is partly reflected and partly transmitted. Let the reflected and transmitted wave have wave vectors kr and kt, frequencies omega r and omega t. Also, let n be the unit vector normal to the interface and directed from medium 1 into medium 2. We can express the field vector for incident, reflected and transmitted waves as, for incident waves, E1 is equal to E0 1 e to the power I k1r minus omega 1 t, and H1 is equal to k1 cross E1 upon omega 1 mu 1. For reflected wave, ER is equal to E0r e to the power I kr dot r minus omega r t, and HR is equal to kr cross ER divided by omega r mu 1. And for transmitted wave, ET is equal to E0t e to the power I kt of r minus omega t of t, and ST is equal to kt cross ER divided by omega t mu 2, where the quantities E0L, E0L R and E0T are time dependent scalar amplitude, which may be complex Now we apply boundary conditions to find relationship between these field vectors. In previous section we proved that tangential component E and H can be continuous across the boundary. Let us apply same condition across Z is equal to 0. Therefore, EL of tangential plus ER of tangential is equal to ET of tangential. That is E0L tangential e to the power, substitute this value. This quantity is possible if and only if omega L is equal to omega R, which is equal to omega T. That is, frequency is unchanged in the reflected and transmitted wave, and KL dot R, which is equal to KR dot R, which is equal to KT of dot R. This shows that all propagation wave vectors are coplanar. Also, from figure K1 dot R is equal to K1 x sin theta 1 plus z cos theta 1. Kr dot R is equal to Kr x sin theta R minus z cos theta R, and Kt dot R is equal to Kt of x sin theta t minus z cos theta t. By putting all values in above equation, we get K1 sin theta 1 is equal to Kr sin theta R. Since vector K1 and KL and KR are in the same medium, hence having equal magnitude, KL is equal to KR, and sin theta 1 is equal to sin theta R, or theta 1 is equal to theta R. That is, angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. This is Snell's law. Now, Fresnel's equation. The equation relating the amplitude of the reflected and transmitted wave with that the incident wave are known as Fresnel's equation. The electromagnetic wave field vector B and E are always perpendicular to the direction of propagation and are also mutually perpendicular to each other. Even though field vector E is perpendicular to the direction of the propagation, but it is polarized in two ways. One is E is polarized perpendicular to the plane of the incidence, and E is polarized parallel to the plane of the incidence. Let us find Fresnel's equation in each case. Now, first of all, E is perpendicular to the plane of incident. The electromagnetic wave is incident along propagation vector k1 from medium 1, and it is reflected in the same medium along kr, while transmitted along kt in medium 2. Electric field E and magnetic field H field vectors are perpendicular to the respective propagation vectors. Here we consider that electric field vector is perpendicular to the plane of the incident, denoted by a symbol like this, while magnetic field is parallel to the plane of the incident. Since the electric field vector is parallel to the boundary surface, the continuity of the tangential component of E at interface is given by E0TL plus E0R is equal to E0T, and magnetic field vector is in the plane interface, so continuity of the tangential component of magnetic field at the interface is given by minus of h1 cos theta plus hr cos theta r, which is equal to minus of st cos theta t. Now h1 minus hr cos theta 1 is equal to minus of st cos theta t. So h1 is equal to k1 upon omega 1 mu 1 e0l. Similarly, hr is equal to kl upon omega r mu 1 e0r, and st is equal to kt upon omega t mu 2 e0t. Using above values of H1, HL, HR and ST in above equation, we get E0L minus E0R in bracket cos theta 1 is equal to kt upon k1 E0t cos theta 2, where E0L, E0R and E0t are the scalar amplitude of the incident, reflected and transmitted wave. By putting all values E0t, we get E0R upon E0L is equal to sin theta t minus theta 1 upon sin theta t plus theta 1. This equation gives the ratio of reflected and incident amplitude of the waves. If n2 is greater than n1, then ratio is negative.